Hello everybody, welcome back. It is me, your old pal Orpheus, with another adventure here on Orpheus Plays. We are playing Blade and Sorcery, the PC version today, and I have a special question just for you. Am I cool? Well, hold on. We'll talk about that in just a second. Anyway, I hope you're doing well wherever you are today, whether it is day or night. We are in the arena today in survival mode. 3 things come out. I choose one, I destroy everything that comes out the doors. I think I'm going to have to use this one, the yet again, here we are, another good day for murder, here on Blade and Sorcery. Alright, let's get it going here. Where is our first victim? Our first traditional slow motion kill of the day. Let's get this out of the way. Ooh, tap tips, come on buddy. You want some of this? There's one arm gone, there's one arm gone. Disassemble. Anyway, with that out of the way, I want to talk about today. Well, it's kind of simple, but I don't know. It's like, okay, what is actually cool these days, right? Am I considered cool, right? And it's a deeper concept than just like, oh, what's cool, what's not cool. No, it's more than that. So, here's the thing. When I was growing up, the things that were cool, so to speak, were things like, things called jams, J-A-M-Z, which were like these horribly gaudy, like covered in all these different patterns, like shirts and shorts and stuff, and they were pretty ugly, like looking back at it now, right? But they were considered, they were considered like the coolest thing ever back then, okay? So, how about a little earlier than that? When I was just a wee lad, you know? When I was just a child, some of the coolest things out there were bell-bottom pants and and like velour shirts, which are absolutely horribly ugly, at least these days. The thing is, though, those have come back around, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But back, when I was a kid, some of the earliest photos of me at like schools were with these absolutely awful bowl cuts. Like my hair was cut like with bangs and all the way around. If you've never seen a bowl cut, hoo-wee, they are ugly. Again, though, some of these things have come back here and there. Anyway, so some of the things that were considered cool, like, have you ever seen Happy Days, right? Okay, so Happy Days is a show that was made in the 70s, I think. But it was about the 50s, all right? And it was about how cool the 50s were. And back in the 50s, the cool things were being a greaser, right? A greaser was the guys that wore the leather jackets, and kind of like the thumbnail to this video. The guy that wore the, me wearing a leather jacket with sunglasses on and everything, slick back hair and all that. That used to be cool, right? These days, you look kind of like a weird biker guy that should be in a special bar somewhere, like you're cosplaying as the Terminator, Ooh, speaking of which, good lord, I am terminating everybody here today. Oh, but like, okay, so pop culture, I guess pop culture is kind of what defines what's cool these days, right? So, or anytime. So, I think it happens when celebrities, oh no. I know I'm saying oh no a lot, but good lord, these people are exploding. But, okay, so pop culture is kind of like what defines what cool is, I would suppose, right? Because we see celebrities dressing a certain way and acting a certain way, and we want to be like that. We want to... Oh my. We want to be just like those folks that are acting so cool. But again, how do we define that? Do we look at someone wearing absolutely ugly clothing like, okay, I'm going to be a little bit controversial here. One of the few times on my channel that I will create controversy, and it's this. Kanye West, what the hell, man? Is that supposed to be cool, what he does? The clothing that he wears, the ways that he talks and everything? Is that how we gauge what, the society calls trendy or cool, and I don't even know what the new word for cool is. Is it still cool? Like, you know what I hope I'm talking about, that you understand the concept I'm talking about, right? Like someone that's you look at them and you're like, wow, I'd kind of like to be like that, right? The way that they're dressed, the way that they talk, the way that they carry themselves. Maybe it's a certain bit of confidence or something. But the idea is that cool is not just something that you find that way, but something that like everyone can agree on, right? That was a short round. Weird. But yeah, I think it's, we try to, as a society, figure out what is cool in terms of... Ooh, my ox mace. Hello. Hello, my lovely. Good to see you. Yes. We'll have a nice little beat down with this guy today. Oh, pink mist. So, I guess we get it from celebrities, but like, is that still the word? Is that still the term? Are things cool these days? So, I guess we come down to like the main question. As there's just pink mist everywhere. I think the main question comes down to this. Is your old pal Orpheus here cool? Do you consider me cool? Why? So that's the thing. Like, right when I was young, when I was in high school and stuff, what used to be cool was called pinning your pants, right? So you take the cuffs of your pants, you go down here at the cuffs of your pants, and you roll them, and then you tuck them and you pin them down. So it's like it comes to like a V right there. And it's supposed to, like, make your pants look... What is going on there? Hello. Goodbye. It's supposed to make you look cooler because, I don't know, that's just what was cool back then. You did it with jeans, you did it with, like, khaki pants or whatever you were wearing. And then the other thing that was big was called mod, M-O-D, right? It was this look that emphasized shoulders, right? So shoulder pads. If you know anything about the 90s fashion, they were shoulder pads. Oh, jeez. Shoulder pads were all the rage because it made you look big and beefy, like chunky. I don't really understand. That was kind of a thing from the 50s and the 40s as well. Like mod. Mod is a term that comes from like the 40s, I think, or the 30s. I don't even remember. It's like flapper type stuff, but a little bit later than flapper stuff. I think 50s. Anyway, so here's how this cool thing happens, right? Because I saw mod like kind of fashion come back. It seems like every 30 years or so, like trends and what's considered cool, right? What's considered cool is it kind of comes back, right? So in the 80s, the 50s were cool, and that's why you got things like, like Back to the Future that showed off the 50s in terms of that, because that fashion, look, I'm telling you, man, when Back to the Future, the original one, came out, that 50s fashion, like it was big, man. People would dress up in that stuff, and you think the rockabilly reunions and stuff are big these days? That whole like rockabilly thing? That's kind of how that started, was back in the 80s and stuff, when the 50s began to come back into fashion. And it's funny, like, ow, right in the face. It's funny to me because, like, I have never really cared about what was cool past a couple of years in high school when I was, like, trying to figure out myself, right? I never really cared, but it seems like one bit of fashion never goes away. And this may be just where I live. I don't know. It's the t-shirt and jeans, right? T-shirts and jeans. They all seem to be just always cool, right? You see a different t-shirt. Sometimes what's cool on the t-shirt changes, like if it's a meme or it's a certain, fashion like Dolce & Gabbana or something like that. Oh, take that. Another one. One for you. Oh, I seem to have made your face a little perforated there. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, come here. Oh, that had to hurt. Oh, jeez. But, like, so they come back around every 30 years. So, like, the stuff from the 90s, like grunge and flannel shirts and everything like that kind of dirty hippie kind of thing. So that was the 90s. So 2000, 2010, 2020-ish. That means that stuff should be back in fashion, if my math is right. Let's see. 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Okay, so no, 2010s. So that stuff should have been cool, right? But here's the thing, right? The 2010s were an interesting time, all right? We didn't really know what was going on in our society. And we still kind of don't. But the funny thing is, if that 30-year thing is true, right? Because it's been that way for, the last century or so. If maybe, I don't know, I haven't really tracked, the fashion trends before the last century. I mean, I know some of them, but I'm not like, and then in Victorian times, the best thing. Anyway, so it seems like the stuff from the 2000s, wait, no, it seems like the stuff from the 90s should be now. I'm doing my math completely wrong. Yeah. But it seems like the stuff from the 90s should be cool right now, and it's not. You don't see people wearing flannel shirts and listening to grunge and stuff like that. It's not, people aren't all depressed all the time. The emo thing kind of went away, like the emo trend and dressing all dark. Now it seems like what's the big thing? I don't know. Does it mean like in another 10 years that like Japanese kawaii stuff will start getting hot again? I mean, I don't even know. I'm so out of touch with this stuff. And it's like, as you get older, you kind of start to get to the point where you don't know anymore. Again, it's like maybe you fall a little bit out of touch with pop culture, but you start also to not care as much about what's cool, right? So, when you're younger, you go out there and you're like, boy, I hope that I'm wearing the right shirt that'll match with my shoes, and hopefully people think that that's kind of a neat look. And then as you get older, your priorities shift a little bit. Like you start prioritizing things that are comfortable over things that are what you think are fashionable, right? Ooh, that was a nice combo, bro. But I think you get to the point where you stop giving a crap about what's cool. I don't know. So that's my little blurb today about that. I don't know. It's something I can't tell anymore if I'm cool. Leave a comment in the comments below. Is your old pal Orpheus cool? Does it, the way that I talk and stuff, I don't really use words very much like cap. Right? Cap or sus or anything like that. I just don't really like to. I try to, use them occasionally, let my language evolve. And that's another thing about being cool is language. Language evolves in order to accommodate what, society and pop culture says is cool. So, anyway, that's my little thing about that today. Leave a comment below. Are you cool? Why? Why do you consider yourself cool? Anyway, we'll see you on the next one here. Ouch, on Orpheus Plays. Be good, do good, and treat yourself well because you deserve it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!